Another kind of random story, okay, because I forget his name. It was the school shooter there in Michigan where his parents ended up getting charged as, I guess, accessories, or what did they get? Negligent manslaughter charges. It's totally fucked over there. But we had another high school shooting. Okay, this one's a little bit more grisly, and I didn't see it get any fucking coverage whatsoever, but it's really gross, so I wanted to talk about it. Shocking new details have emerged in the case of two Iowa teens charged with murdering their high school Spanish teacher. Iowa Spanish teacher just fucking yeeted by a couple of idiots. Willard Noble, Chaiden Miller, and Jeremy Everett Goodale, both 16, are charged with first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder while killing Nohema Graber in Fairfield. Prosecutors said in recent court filings that the teens surveilled Graber's pattern of life, ambushed, it's not a word, there it is, ambushed her along her daily walk and dragged her into the woods, returning later to better hide her lifeless body under a wheelbarrow. What the fuck? I don't get this one. I really don't. This is retarded. Prosecutors said in the recent court filings that the teen surveilled Graber's pattern of life, ambushed her. Graber was 66, was reported missing November 2nd at a park where she was known to take daily walks, and her remains were found later that day. Authorities earlier confirmed she had suffered inflicted trauma to the head, and her body was found concealed under a tarp, wheelbarrow, and railroad ties at a Chacatawa Park in Fairfield, about 95 southeast of Des Moines. Authorities have not released a motive. That's interesting. Both teens attended Graber's Spanish class at Fairfield High School, where she had taught since 2012. What the fuck? They couldn't get their semester project in on time? I don't get it. Court documents filed December 23rd. Jefferson County Attorney Chauncey Molding offered the additional details of Graber's death. Both teens have pleaded not guilty, and their attorneys have asked a judge to move their case to juvenile court. Well, you're charged with first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. I don't think you're going to get it fucking kicked down to little kiddie court. Plus, 16 years old, you're nearly an adult at that point, so I don't really think that they're going to get any sort of deference in this one, especially looking at the grisly details of it. Molding argued trying Goodale as an adult is the only appropriate plan because he would be released at age 18 in less than 24 months if he is tried and convicted in the juvenile court system. That would be fucked. That would be totally fucked. Prosecuting attorney cannot fathom any combination of programming at any Iowa juvenile facility which could appropriately treat or rehabilitate the defendant if adjudicated as a juvenile. Miller's attorney had made a similar request, and Molding resisted for many of the same reasons. No shit. Miller and Goodale are being held on $1 million cash bond in juvenile detention awaiting trial. Both have pleaded not guilty, like previously stated as well. Molding charged them as adults with first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit. Sentence in Iowa would be life in prison for first-degree murder as an adult, although the 2016 Iowa Supreme Court ruling requires juveniles to have a chance of release when given a life sentences. That's fair. That's fair. Still doesn't make their, act any less heinous. Teenagers have both been charged as adults. We already know that. Miller and Goodale have been held in juvenile detention centers, entering their pleas and arraignment documents filed in the court last month. They waived their right to a speedy trial, meaning prosecutors won't have to try them within 90 days of being charged. Judge Joel Yates scheduled the trial to begin April 19th. The judge told lawyers to plan on a pretrial conference on March 21st to discuss issues involving evidence, trial length, and jury selection method. Last month, the teens' lawyers asked Yates to lower their bonds so they could be released to their parents' supervision, but they're being held in a fucking little juvie lockup, so it's not going to be that terrible. It's not going to be like being held in the big boy clink, let's be honest. Prosecutors called for their bonds to be kept at $1 million or even raised to $2 million. That seems like malicious prosecution. Just keep them at $1 million for fuck's sakes. If that's like standard practice, then that's fine. Assistant Iowa Attorney General Scott Brown said the extremely brutal murder of an innocent person justified keeping the defendants in custody. No shit. Yates ruled to keep the bond at $1 million, saying that the ruling considered several factors, including nature and circumstances of the offenses charged, family ties, and financial resources. All right, let's get into some of the grisly details, because that's what I want to know about it. Cops have said the killing was premeditated. They said earlier this month the murder of the teacher who hailed from Mexico was not racially motivated without proving further information, but probably had something to do with the class. I would just throw that out there. Court documents detailing the criminal complaints against the two teenagers also alleged that Miller admitted to investigators that he took part in the murder. What a tard. But again, that could be a coerced admission, a coerced statement provided after hours and hours of interrogations. So, innocent until proven guilty. Okay, always going to hold true to that. During the interview with detectives, Miller allegedly admitted that he was in the park and the murder was taking place, provided materials used for the murder, and helped hide Grabner's body, the complaint reveals. Goodale said to have worn bloodied clothes, although investigators still haven't said who they suspect of beating the teacher to death. Oh, beat her to death. Didn't even have the good nature to just shoot or stab her. Just had to beat her to death. How fucking awful. Court documents also reveal that the associate of both Goodale and Miller provided information detailing social media exchanges between the two teens that indicated Goodale knew specific details pertaining to Grabner's disappearance and death. The search warrant was then executed by Jefferson County Police, who searched Goodale's residence, uncovering multiple clothing items appearing to have substances consistent with that of blood. The court documents also reveals that investigators questioned an additional teen and one associate only of Goodale, who reported a meeting that Goodale at the park that day that Grabner disappeared. Investigators added the report that the clothes the witness described matched a blood-spattered outfit cup seized from Goodale's home, adding to the report that the clothes contained a substance, yes, with the appearance of blood. According to the police, the witness described Goodale as wearing clothes. Do you guys just like repeating the same shit over and over again? The witness also told lawmakers that Miller was seen at the park as well. So testimony from the mother's children, I guess, those who survive her. God, this sucks. I'm sorry that I can't respond to all the messages, and I just what I've been told. My mother just passed away, as I understand, the pre-attempted murder by two students, pre-planned, premeditated, that's what you're looking for. But again, they're from Mexico, so I'll just go ahead and grant them a little bit. But I'll say what I've been told. Oh, I'm sorry. I feel sorry that they had the anger in their hearts. There's no point in being angry with them. We should hope that they can find peace in their lives behind bars for the rest of it, preferably. But no point. I'm sorry. My mother was an angel of a woman and one of the kindest souls. She gave me the gift of the Spanish language and helped many of her students over the years. Thanks to everyone who reached out. I may ask for some help and other things in the following days. Don't really care about that as well. So yeah, I really want to know what's kind of at the bottom of this, because this is, you know, beating a 64? Is that how old this woman is? Like, beating her to death in a fucking park for seemingly no good reason. Like, I don't know, man. I guess we'll see what happens when we get some pre-trial hearings January 27th, and I guess the full trial is supposed to start in April, so I'll be keeping tabs on this one, because it just kind of seems like an Iowa Menendez brothers, even though they're not really brothers, but they kind of look like they should be. Sucks to suck, kid. Hopefully you can get a haircut before you go to the fucking big boy jail, because, yeah, you ain't gonna fare that well in there. We got more of a think piece coming up next, and like I said, unfortunately we got to keep these short because I don't know how long my computer's gonna hold out for. So with that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.